Shells, Cracker Barrel, we eat and we shop. Cracker Barrel, we don't want it to stop. They tried to go woke and almost went broke. Cracker Barrel, we eat and we shop.
We eat and we shop at Cracker Barrel. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:34 this morning on Richmond's Morning News. My name is Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for joining us. Gary Hess has sports and news for us all morning long. Super Dave Ayler, our producer, and, of course, your humble correspondent, Rich Herrera. I want to bring this up. So we did a big deal about Cracker Barrel going woke a couple months ago, Super Dave. In fact, I even went over to Cracker Barrel because the Cracker Barrel in Ashland, over to Hanover, over near Jeff Katz's home, was featured in the commercials for the new Cracker Barrel. The new Cracker Barrel that everybody would love. It's going to be inclusive. It's going to be gorgeous. We'll take down all this old stuff, this old Americana memorabilia. We'll get rid of all of that, and we'll make the place brighter and shinier. And we'll bring a bunch of TikTok influencers, and we'll have them tell us how great this is. And Uncle Herschel, you're out, and soccer moms and your Stanley Cups, you're in. And the people revolted, Dave.
Yes, I remember.
The people revolted. So I went and did a video because I went to the Cracker Barrel that's near my home that we go eat at is the one over off of West Broad. I think it's Guyton or something like that.
Yeah,
it's on the west end.
I've driven by it. I
Okay.
know the one you're
That's
talking
my
about.
Cracker Barrel. They do a great job. So then I drove over to the Cracker Barrel over in Ashland because they were actually featured in the Cracker Barrel commercial where they're rolling out the whole thing like, this is the new Cracker Barrel. We've changed the logo. We're not going to be hillbill anymore. We're going to be open for business, and we want younger, hipper, cooler people coming in instead of people like Rich Herrera and people that actually enjoy Cracker Barrel. And here's why I'm bringing this up. Their sales tanked. They went in the tank. There were calls to fire everybody, including the marketing geniuses that said, hey, we saw what happened to Bud Light. Let's do that to Cracker Barrel. That's basically what they were telling all the longtime Cracker Barrel customers. Go kick rocks. We're going to make this a whole new Cracker Barrel, and we'll make it perfect for soccer moms and TikTok influencers. They roll out this entire big promotion, a week worth of promotion, saying this is the new Cracker Barrel. We're getting rid of all your favorites, and we're bringing in things. We're going to make it just different. We're going to make it appeal to younger people, meaning they didn't want blue collar flyover states. You know what a flyover state is? Like we're considered flyover country in Richmond. It's the place between where the elites meet in D.C. and New York, Boston, then they fly over to get to Los Angeles. Those are the important people. The rest of us can go kick rocks. So Cracker Barrel decides we're gonna go in this new direction. And for all you people that show up with some dust on your boots, wearing cowboy hats and pickups, that enjoy our food, that enjoy going to the little store, the little country store in front, and the rest of you can go kick rocks because we're going to make everything lighter, brighter, and we're going to get rid of all this silly stuff that reminds you of vintage America. I bring all that up for a reason this morning on Richmond's Morning News, and I'll ask you to chime in at 833-804-1140. Dave, here is my affinity to Cracker Barrel. They only have one where I grew up in California. But then once I moved to Arizona, there's a Cracker Barrel. Like, this is the greatest place in the whole wide world. Then when I moved to Florida, we had a Cracker Barrel around the corner of the house. We went in there all the time. I've got one over here. I love Cracker Barrel. But you know who loved Cracker Barrel more than I? My mother. My late mother loved Cracker Barrel. We once drove from San Diego to Albuquerque, New Mexico. There are 7 Cracker Barrels on the road in between. You want to know why? I know that.
Why? Because you counted them?
We stopped at every one.
You drove from San Diego to Albuquerque just for Cracker Barrel?
We stopped. Well, I had to drop my son off at school.
Oh, okay.
But my mom was with us, and she stopped at every Cracker Barrel. We didn't eat at every one, but she stopped to shop at every Cracker Barrel on the way from San Diego, California to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Now, I've only been to Cracker Barrel a couple of times, and aren't they all pretty much the same inside?
Bite your tongue, you
They're not?
awful human being. No, they all look the same.
And they all pretty much sell the same stuffy
No,
inside.
it's they have a lot of the same stuff, but then they'll have some regional flair.
Okay.
So like if you go into the Cracker Barrel here, they'll have Virginia Tech and Virginia things.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
There's some little subtle differences in each one of the stores. It's like if you go to a Buc-ee's. If you go to a Buc-ee's in Virginia, they sell Virginia Tech, JMU, because I went to Buc-ee's on Saturday, excuse me, Virginia Tech, Virginia, and JMU gear inside the Buc-ee's. If you go to one down in Texas, it's all Texas A&M, TCU, SMU stuff. So they're all just they're a little bit different. But I'll also tell you, there's 7 on the way back. Want to know why? Because we stopped at all 7.
Well, aren't they the same ones?
Yeah, we went back to the exact same ones. So we made 14 stops at Cracker Barrel to and from San Diego to Albuquerque and then back to San Diego.
And was she just going in there just see if the stuff changed in
just
the
that there's something
4
new,
days or whatever that you were there before?
Exactly. So that's how much my family loves Cracker Barrel. And now they've got a couple of California, so my brother and sister will actually drive a couple hours. Now they actually have one in their town, so they go to Cracker Barrel all the time. People love Cracker Barrel just the way it was. But these woke people decided we're going to change Cracker Barrel and make it something completely different. Now, the reason I bring this up for our audience, I give you examples, and I tell you this all the time, and I'm just trying to help you understand how important this audience is, how important the American people are to all of this, because Cracker Barrel was all ready to go Bud Light and just change all their customers. They didn't care about you. They were going to just walk all over you and try to get somebody who's a 18-year-old influencer to go into Cracker Barrel and take more pictures of their food than actually enjoying the food. But here's what happened. The American people spoke up. We spoke up on this show. A lot of people spoke up and said, wait a minute, don't mess with our Cracker Barrel and don't mess with our way of life, things that we find important, things that we enjoy as middle America. And the backlash was so hard, so severe, that Cracker Barrel had to hit the brakes, stop, and recalibrate and come back like, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't realize all of you actually existed or mattered. And they quickly reversed course and said, wait a minute, we'll bring back Uncle Herschel. We'll go back to the old logo. We're not going to repaint this. We're not going to make it look like a bed and breakfast that somebody in Massachusetts would like to go to. This is Cracker Barrel. Regular people eat at Cracker Barrel. They enjoy the food. They enjoy the shopping. They enjoy the atmosphere. And you took us all for granted. You done messed around and you found out that the American people have a voice. And that's what I try to stress to people on this radio show. The thing that I'm discovering is we have a bigger voice as conservatives and Americans than anyone will tell you. The media is not going to tell you. The left's not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. You don't think that your voice matters. You don't think that people listen to you. They do, but you have to speak up. And that's what happened to Cracker Barrel. The people that love Cracker Barrel, the people that have flags on the back of their pickup trucks, that wear cowboy boots, the folks that wear Crocs in the morning, the folks that love this country and love Cracker Barrel spoke up, and it told the liberal elites, slow your roll. Leave my Cracker Barrel alone. And now you look at it from a company that was just about ready to teeter and completely crash out. Their stock is now up 37% because the American people spoke up. Cracker Barrel listened to them. And people have been coming back in going, thank goodness you saved our Cracker Barrel. You saved an experience. You saved a little piece of Americana that we still love. Your voice is more powerful than you would ever think. The problem is that people have told you that your voice doesn't matter and they're not listening to you. But when you speak up and you speak up loudly and you speak up forcefully, your voice does matter and they will listen to you and they will tremble in fear once you figure that out. I keep giving you examples of that. Here in Virginia, we're going to be run over by $60 million of out-of-state money to redistrict. You rallied. People saw us rally, and that thing barely won by 3 points, and then we all knew it was garbage anyway, got overturned. Cracker Barrel, They were going to roll over you. You stepped up. You spoke up. You saw what happened. They reversed course. And now this company's stronger than ever. Your voice matters if you speak up and you allow people to listen to what you have to say. 833-804-1140. 833-804-1140. A little bit later, I'm going to do the story about Governor
1 minute to
Spanberger.
Greer.
She's having her big press conference to tell us that we're now going to have retail marijuana. We'll discuss that coming up on the program, but you need to make your voice heard, America. You need to make your voice heard, Richmond and Central Virginia. Conservatives need to make our voices heard, because if you keep your mouth shut, people will steamroll all over you. All right, you want to comment? 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. Cracker Barrel executives messed around, found out, had to regroup, had to come back, say, I'm sorry, we took you for granted. I'm tired of being taken for granted. I think you are as well. 833-804-1140. All right, let me remind everybody, this morning the program is brought to you in part by GreerFinancialGroup.com. GreerFinancialGroup.com. Their number, 804-427-7784, 804-427-7784. So who should use that number? Okay, got a couple people for you. Someone who has a change of life. Now your kids got married, you got grandkids, and you've been planning everything for retirement.